All right, so this video is all about what it's like to live in the Seville community in the south part of Gilbert. This is where I've lived 5 of the last 6 years. We did live in Sedona for 1 year. So I'm gonna just walk through the neighborhood. We're kind of in the clubhouse area. So yeah, to walk you guys around, show you around, and just kind of talk about the pros and cons of living here. So I will start off with the cons. So one thing that my wife and I didn't realize till we moved here is Seville is in the very southern part of Gilbert, which means far from downtown Phoenix, far from Scottsdale. So it takes about 35 to 45 minutes, depending on traffic, to get up there. So that is one big thing that we wish we knew before moving here. Not the end of the world. You know, if Scottsdale and downtown Phoenix is not really your thing, not a big deal. The other con of living here in Seville is food. So lack of mom and pop food around here. So really you got chains. You know, you got a decent Italian place, you know, pizza and burgers and stuff like that is fine. But we do not have, you know, a lot of diverse mom and pop food shops. So we have a few go-to spots, but sometimes they're even 5-10 minutes away. We have a Fry's down the street, very, very close, Fry's supermarket. But other than that, if you want to go to Sprouts, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, the new Whole Foods opening up in Santan Village, it's about a 12 to 15 minute drive, right? So not a lot of diversity as far as grocery stores either. Those are two things to keep in mind. We've got the driving range here. So obviously Seville is a golf course community. So you got the driving range, you got an 18-hole golf course. I think they're even doing like some professional women's golf tournaments here now. Also, you know, Seville is an HOA community, so you can't just do whatever you want with your property. So if you wanted to build an ADU or something like that, or the color you want to paint your house, there's restrictions. Also, the houses are very cookie cutter, right? They all look similar, so you don't have a lot of that charm, but that's most of Gilbert. You know, most of Gilbert, you're not gonna get a lot of different looking homes, charming, with character, right? They're gonna look cookie cutter. So that's another kind of con to living in Seville. The other thing about living in Seville is not a lot of nightlife. Okay, so if you're single, you'd like to go out, you like to do a pub crawl or something like that, Seville's not really the place to do that. Chandler would be probably the closest place where you can go out, you go bar hopping and stay out till 2 in the morning. You're not really getting that here in and around Seville. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. So now let's go to the pros. What's great about living in Seville? Well, first of all, from my personal experience, people here are super friendly. Okay, coming from LA, I never really knew my neighbors. That's not the case here. I know both of the neighbors on either side of me and a few around the neighborhood, and we've become friends. We have dinner once in a while with each other. And if I need a favor, if I need the trash cans put out, or I have an Amazon delivery while I'm out of town, my neighbors will grab it for me. So, you know, that's been a huge benefit of living in Gilbert. I don't know what it's like to live in other parts of Gilbert, but if you live in Gilbert, other parts of Gilbert other than Seville, please leave a comment. Let me know if it's like that all over town. So the other benefit of Seville is golf course, right? So if you're a golfer, we're standing on one of the holes here. As you can see, so it's a golf course community. I don't know what the membership is. Last time I checked, it was 25, 30,000 to sign up, and then about $1,000 a month. So it's a big investment, but if you're a golfer and you love golfing, it may be worth it. So there's also a very cool clubhouse. I just went in there, they won't let me film. So I'll see if I can get some footage and add it in here. But a very cool clubhouse. We used to be members when we first moved here, but then when we moved to Sedona and moved back recently, we decided not to join the clubhouse. Nothing personal against the clubhouse, but a Lifetime Fitness opened up nearby, so we chose to do that. But the clubhouse is cool. Like I just walked in there and they were having a yoga class. So there's like a yoga meditation area where they have classes, and then there's 2 gyms. So one kind of like a standard gym, and then the other gym is more like CrossFit type stuff. They have a huge pool area in the back. They have pickleball courts, tennis courts, half court basketball, a big field. They have events there, which is cool. Like they had the kids' Easter egg hunt. So a lot of cool stuff happening. I really like the clubhouse, especially if you don't like to go to like a big EOS gym or not have a ton of people. It's nice, it's clean. You get to know people, the same people that you see around all the time. So cool clubhouse, cool gym, golf course, driving range, safe, clean, and friendly. The other thing that I really like about living in this part of town, if you like hiking, there's Gold Mine Hiking Trail, which is just like 10 minutes from here. And it's a really great hike. It's really pretty. You get some great views when you go to the top. I got someone racing down here. So yeah, if you like hiking, I don't know if other parts of Gilbert really have a ton of hiking options. I don't think they do. So it's really nice to be in this part of town in the south part of Gilbert in Seville, where we're very close to the Gold Mine Hiking Trail. I don't go up there too often, but if you like hiking, that's a great bonus. Another thing I love about Seville, living here, is the proximity to Gilbert Regional Park. So we're less than 5 minutes from Gilbert Regional Park, and it's a great park in general, and it's expanding. They're building a bunch of stuff. So there's a huge play area for the kids, playground, which is great, splash pad, water park. Obviously in the summer, living here, the kids gotta be outside, once in a while. So it's great to take them to the splash pad. And they're building a bunch of other stuff. I don't know all the details. I'm gonna look into it and make another video. They're building a dog park, building, I think, a rec center. So there's a lot more additions coming. Sorry for the wobbly video, by the way. I had to choose between having good sound and using my gimbal, so I chose good sound. So sorry if it's a little bit wobbly. But yeah, Gilbert Regional Park is awesome. And they're now starting to have big concerts there. So we had Pitbull, Little John, a bunch of 90s hip hop artists, and it was an amazing concert. There was a big country music concert. The circus was in town and they did it at Gilbert Regional Park. So it's just gonna get better and better as they start building stuff. Another benefit is they're building a Target. It's very exciting because right now you gotta drive about 15 minutes to go to Target, either the one at Queen Creek Marketplace or the one on Gilbert in the 202. So if you're trying to go to Walmart or Target, it's a little bit of a drive, it's 15 minutes, but they are building a Target right here on Higley and Ocotillo. So that's gonna be awesome to have a Target again within like 5 minutes of where we live. So that's nice. And lastly, the last thing I'll say about Gilbert is you have a wide range of price points of homes. So in the Seville neighborhood, you have homes from 500,000 all the way up to 1.5 million, maybe even more. Don't quote me on that. You might have homes as high as 1.8 or 2 million, but you can get a starter home. I actually just made another video what $500,000 gets you in Gilbert, and there was one home in the Seville community in the $500,000 range. So yeah, you can get a starter home, you can get a luxury home. There are different parts of the community. So some parts of the community are gated, right? You need a code to get in, and higher end homes over $1 million range. Some homes have very big lots. Some are very nice and new and updated, but don't have big lots. So you have a lot of variety, right? So especially in the $500,000 to $1 million range, you have a lot of options. You have great schools. If you have young kids, Riggs Elementary is rated 8 out of 10. I live right near Riggs Elementary. It's a great school, super nice, super clean. So if you have kids and you want a good school, that's another bonus of living in Seville. So hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts. And if you have a specific scenario you want to run, click the link below and you can schedule a call with me. Also, my wife and I have a podcast called We Love Our Family, But Damn. And we talk about money, marriage, and everything else that comes with having a family. So if you're interested in that, I'll leave the link below so you can follow us there and listen to our weekly podcast. And thanks for sticking around. I'll see you guys on the next one.